Welcome, developers. Today, we are exploring how to navigate the Claude Code environment with maximum efficiency. We will master built-in /commands like /bug and /debug and learn how to engineer custom /dev and /test commands using the Agent Skills framework. Let's get started. Let's begin by defining /commands. In Claude Code, these are powerful shortcuts that start with a /. The basics are simple. Typing a / opens a menu of available actions, ranging from core system commands to custom AI workflows. Why do we use them? Because manually typing out repetitive instructions for deployments or code reviews wastes your time and Claude's context window. How do you use them? Just type the /, the command name, and any arguments. In our deep dive, we realized that Claude unifies hard-coded CLI commands with prompt-based agent skills. This means a single / command can trigger a complex, multi-step AI reasoning loop without you having to write a massive prompt. Take a look at this flowchart illustrating the / command ecosystem. When a user types a /, the system resolves the request into one of 3 branches. It can hit built-in commands that execute native CLI logic, like /clear. It can trigger bundled skills, which are Anthropic-provided AI workflows like /debug. Or it can execute your own custom skills, which is exactly how we create powerful commands like /dev and /test. Before we build custom commands, we must master the built-in diagnostics, /bug and /debug. What are they? They're your native troubleshooting tools. The basics, /bug is actually an alias for the /feedback command, letting you submit bug reports directly to the developers. /debug, on the other hand, is a bundled AI skill. Why do you need them? Because sometimes tools fail or the AI gets stuck in a loop, and you need immediate visibility into the background processes. How do you use it? Just type /debug and briefly describe what went wrong. For our deep dive, know that background logging is usually disabled to save memory. Running /debug dynamically turns it on, captures the logs, and forces Claude to act as a system administrator to diagnose its own failure. This state diagram maps the ideal troubleshooting flow. From the issue-detected state, you immediately transition to run debug. This prompts Claude to analyze its logs. If successful, a fix is applied. However, if the issue persists and represents a flaw in the CLI itself, you transition to the run bug state, which securely submits your feedback directly to the engineering team. Now, let's learn how to create custom /dev and /test commands. What are we doing? We are mapping your project's unique development workflows to simple commands using the Agent Skills framework. The basics involve creating specific folders inside your project's .claude/skills/ directory. Why go through this effort? Because every codebase has different test runners and build flags. By defining a custom /test command, you guarantee Claude runs the exact right suite every time. How do you do it? You simply create a folder named dev and place a skill.md file inside it. Claude automatically discovers this and registers the /dev command. In our deep dive, this relies on progressive disclosure. Claude only reads the heavy markdown instructions when you actually invoke the command, keeping your context window extremely lean and fast. This architecture diagram shows the file structure required to build custom commands. Inside the .claude/skills directory, we create separate folders for dev and test. Inside each folder sits a skill.md file containing your prompts and rules. Claude Code's engine automatically detects these paths and yields the executable /dev and /test commands shown in the green nodes. Let's dive into mastering the /dev command. What is it? It's a custom skill designed to orchestrate your local development scaffolding and environment setup. The basics require you to outline the exact steps Claude must take to prepare a feature inside the skill.md file. Why is this crucial? Because it stops Claude from guessing how to start your local server. How do you secure it? You use the YAML frontmatter flag disable model invocation, true. This is vital. It ensures only you can trigger the /dev command, preventing Claude from accidentally restarting your server mid-conversation. For a deep dive, you can use shell injection in your skill. By adding git status directly in your skill.md, Claude executes the bash command silently and injects the current branch data into the prompt before it even starts helping you. Follow the sequence diagram to see the /dev command in action. The user types /dev auth module. Claude immediately loads the rules from the dev skill.md file. Before doing anything else, it executes the shell injection to check the git status in the terminal. Armed with that live branch info, Claude safely runs the scaffolding tools and returns control to the user with the environment fully prepared. Next, we master the /test command. What is this? It's a custom skill that packages your project's testing requirements into a single, autonomous debugging loop. The basics involve defining your specific framework like Jest or Python and instructing Claude on how to read the output. Why do we need this? It ensures Claude doesn't just blindly run tests. It acts as an autonomous QA engineer, iterating until all tests pass. How do you make it dynamic? You use the $arguments variable in your skill.md, allowing you to type /testauth.spec.ts to target specific files. In our deep dive, the true power of /test is tool authorization. By explicitly granting bash and edit permissions in the skill, Claude can run the test, read the stack trace, open the broken file, fix the bug, and rerun the suite recursively without asking you for permission. This flowchart maps the autonomous /test loop. The user runs the command, and Claude executes the test suite. We hit a decision node. Do tests pass? If yes, it reports success. If no, the loop activates. Claude analyzes the stack trace, uses the edit tool to fix the code, and loops back to execute the suite again. It continues this cycle autonomously until the code is perfect. To navigate efficiently, you must combine /commands with keyboard shortcuts. What are they? Essential keystrokes that keep you in a flow state. The basics include pressing Escape to immediately interrupt Claude and Shift+Enter to type multi-line prompts. Why learn them? Because reaching for your mouse to scroll through transcripts breaks your concentration. How do we fix mistakes? Double-tap the Escape key to trigger the /rewind command. This instantly undoes Claude's last code edit and resets the conversation context. For our deep dive, let's look at bash mode. By prefixing any command with an exclamation point, like npm install, you execute the command natively in your terminal. Crucially, the output is automatically appended to Claude's memory, giving the AI perfect context without spending tokens on tool calls. This mind map categorizes your essential shortcuts. Under navigation, we have Ctrl+O to open the full transcript view. Under execution, we have the exclamation point for bash mode and Shift+Enter for multi-line coding. Under interrupts, we have a single escape to stop an action and a double escape to trigger the powerful rewind feature. Master these, and you will work at the speed of thought. Let's apply this to a real-time, highly practical use case, the dev test bug loop. Imagine a senior engineer tasked with building a new authentication module. Step 1. They type /devauth module. Claude triggers our custom skill, checks the Git branch, and scaffolds the React components perfectly according to company standards. Step 2. The engineer types /testauth module. Claude runs the test suite autonomously, but wait, a deep dependency error causes a crash. Step 3. Instead of panicking, the engineer types the built-in /debug command. Claude instantly turns on verbose logging, analyzes its own stack trace, realizes there is a missing environment variable, and fixes the file. The immense value here is that a multi-hour workflow of scaffolding, testing, and debugging was handled seamlessly inside a single terminal pane using just 3 commands. This journey map visualizes the seamless developer experience. In the scaffolding phase, the user runs /dev, resulting in high-value code generation. Moving to validation, the user runs /test, but encounters a low point when tests fail in the terminal. Finally, in the resolution phase, the user runs /debug. Claude finds the root cause, applies the fix, and brings the journey to a successful conclusion as the tests pass. Let's conclude with best practices for managing your /commands. First, keep your custom skills concise. Limit your skill.md files to under 500 lines. Otherwise, you bloat the context window and Claude loses focus. Second, use progressive disclosure. If your /dev command needs a massive API reference, put it in a separate file and link to it, so Claude only loads it when absolutely necessary. Third, always apply the principle of least privilege. Use the allowed tools parameter to prevent your /test command from executing dangerous bash scripts. Finally, clean up regularly. Use /compact between tasks to summarize history and prevent context rot. I invite all learners to like, subscribe, and visit quicktechie.com for premium certification prep, including Q&A banks, full ebooks, audiobooks, full-length training, and interview guides. Thank you for watching. Our final mind map summarizes command mastery. To maintain context health, keep skills concise and use /compact often. For security, apply least privilege and restrict allowed tools. In design, leverage progressive disclosure and disable model invocation for manual commands. Finally, integrate shortcuts like bash mode and rewind. Master these pillars, and you will orchestrate Claude Code like a true senior engineer.